I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Indianapolis Colts. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, D, get off the field. Check 37, kill. Turn.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Rosen off the play action. They'll roll him out right. He completes it to Tate. That's good for 28 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Out from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Now Rosen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Love. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
To throw is Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Middle.
Here's Rosen to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Rosen will throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And now it's Rosen looking. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
Well, now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, 92 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And the Giants' 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 55.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now Saquon Barkley, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is Parker, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
51.
Now it's Rosen. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Let's go, Mexico!
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Giants 14.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck looking for Campbell. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy. Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set. Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way. Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Rosen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think? And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Flushed it. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Ben Banagoo able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Rosen. Well, the pressure gets to him again. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal. Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break. Hold on. Chestnuts? You like that one? What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts? I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it? It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Luck. And quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Luck throwing on target to Campbell. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Luck gives this one off to Mack. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Five. Hey, Mike's 50. Coming to you.
Block on 3rd down. Ebron's got it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. On the delay, here's Hines. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And who's got it? The Giants. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. Heavy? Give me some. 50's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? We got
A shotgun snap for Locke. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Bravo.
From the 35 on second down, Luck. And now he'll tuck it and run. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
That's the way.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
11B. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
3rd and 2, Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
12. Check right. Watching your phone.
Here we go on 4th. Locke. And he connects with Ebron. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared. 12.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Flush to his right. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Locke. Will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And the Giants first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now Mack. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Luck is going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
We all know how important momentum is in a game, and when an offense decides to take a deep shot downfield, they're trying to create a big play and put doubt in the defense's mind the rest of the ball game. And in this case, the defense won the battle, batted the ball away deep downfield. So guess what? The momentum now quickly shifted from the offense taking the shot to the defense knocking it away, and now they feel like they might be in control.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
After the interception, here's Rosen. That's complete to Gallman. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Rosen finds his tight end Ingram. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And Tate's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 36, Rosen. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 45-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rosen will throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Let's get it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. He may try and run for this. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and goal. Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking for Campbell downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Giants take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Barkley on 1st down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's caught by Coleman. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Rosen to throw on third down. He completes it to Tate. Just a pickup of 3, but that is indeed enough.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the Colts 34-yard line.
Check 55, Mike.
All day, baby. All day. Kill. And then one day.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Go!
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving.
He's got daylight. 30. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there for Indy. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd down. Luck. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, and a tight 1-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's back to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Check. 180. Check. 55. Come on. You can't hang. Alert, alert, alert. 55.
Rosen to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So locked down to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Check out.